So the inverse cosine is written as cosine inverse of x. And similarly to sine, it is the cosine, or the angle, whose cosine is the ratio x. And so it's very similar to inverse sine. It's the same idea, but now we have to think about the domain and the range. So the cosine is also periodic as a period of 2 pi. And if I look at the quadrants, I look at my 4 quadrants, it is positive in 1 and 4. So I can't use the same type of domain, the range for cosine is do for sine, but it is positive in 1 and negative in 2. And remember that, again, the values in the unit circle are the same for the reference angles. They just change the whether it's positive or negative. So go back to the domain of a cosine. The domain of the cosine is was from negative infinity to infinity, and my range was from negative 1 to 1. So my inverse cosine, we know already that my domain is going to be negative 1 to 1, but what is my range going to be? Now my range is going to be from 0 to pi. So my answers will only be between 0 and pi. And if you use a calculator, that is what you will get. So if we look at some examples, where is the cosine 1? Well, the angle where the cosine is 1 is 0. And where is it? Negative radical 2 over 2? Well, that would be in the second quadrant. And it is a pi over 4 family, so it's going to be 3 pi over 4. And here, where's the inverse cosine? When is the cosine radical 3 over 2? Well, that is in the first quadrant, and it is at pi over 6.